I would request Mr. Jitendra Bachel to introduce himself.
Hello everyone, my name is Jitendra Bachel. My quick introduction, I have been working in the domains of global manufacturing, business operations, industrial automation, digital transformation, industry 4.0 readiness, integrated supply chain and logistics, ops excellence, global program management, OD, organization development and continuous improvement initiatives. My working in India was with Tata Honeywell. Tata Honeywell was a joint venture when Honeywell from US entered into India market to drive industrial automation projects. So I started my career with Tata Honeywell way back in 1989. So I was working for this company for almost 16 years, and then I moved to abroad outside of India, where I worked in various countries. My base was UAE. I was based in Abu Dhabi, but sitting at Abu Dhabi, I was supporting multiple countries like Bulgaria, Russia, South Africa, UK and USA. In most recent role, I was based in UAE supporting the regional operations as well as end-to-end manufacturing setup for Honeywell's Marta region, which stands for Middle East, Russia, Turkey and Africa. So I was instrumental in getting the greenfield projects for Honeywell setup, which is right from the scratch, setting up the manufacturing plants and automating them, as well as extensive work was done in brownfield plants, which means existing plants which were upgraded for better efficiencies and output. In terms of digital transformation, ERP deployment and industry 4.0 readiness, that was the core area where I helped our organizations, the multiple plants of Honeywell in Marta region, to take their journey in these key areas. And this was all supported by lean manufacturing. So basically the fundamental was Six Sigma and lean. So this was deployed across all the plants. So that was my expertise. I am basically engineering graduate, electronics and telecommunication with my MBA done from University of Pune, and I have also been certified by Honeywell as a certified Six Sigma Green Belt and Lean expert. I am native of Pune, born and brought up in Pune. I love watching theatre, dramas, and listening to classical music and travel with family. Organizations that I have been associated with are Tata Honeywell, KPIT Cummins, Honeywell International, and now Actin Technologies, which was formerly called as CloudQ Technologies. And I'm helping Actin team to help customers to take them through their digital transformation journey. And we are going to talk more today about digital transformation through PTC PLM, Product Lifecycle Management. So that's my quick introduction.
According to you, what are the key drivers in digital transformation?
So if you take a product and a product life cycle, on your screen you see various stages most of you must be familiar with. So it all starts with voice of customer, doing the market study, followed by feasibility, kicking off the product definitions, planning, product planning, followed by concept and prototype design, which is followed by simulation and testing, internal testing, which consists of lab testing, validation. And then the stage comes for the pilot production. So the first batch of pilot units is produced, which is then sent to field for field sign-off and testing. And once all the clearances are obtained and product delivers the expected results, the green signal is given for mass production. And then post-launch reviews are conducted for sustenance part of it. Feedback is taken back and any revisions or modifications are done in the product to make it more effective. So in all these stages of product life cycle, many of you might have seen issues or faced issues like there is no accessibility for the full BOM structure. The BOM is available, bill of material is available in bits and pieces with different functions. There are different revisions. So we're not very sure about what's the full and final BOM. Costing many times is an issue. So there is no roll-up of BOM costing is available. Also you will see no record of batch, lot, and where the changes are done. So many issues that you see during this product life cycle and taking it to the launch stage. These are the key drivers for having this product life cycle digitization initiative to be taken up. So, and it's not just with one sector, in multiple sectors of manufacturing and service organizations, they go through this kind of issues and the challenges that they face. And these are the key drivers for digital transformation. So basically the data that is available in large numbers is either in a physical form or in isolation. So there is an essential need to transform this data into digital form. So we will talk more about these drivers. So what would happen, like if there is no streamlined or collaborative product development system in place, then definitely you will see the issues and challenges related to traceability, access to latest and correct information is an issue, cost management we just talked about, quality and reliability issues, and collaboration issues. Ultimately what it leads to, you can see on the bottom of the slide, it leads to longer time to market. So you won't be able to take the product to the market in predefined time. So there are delays. That adds to the increased product cost because there is no correct and accurate digital data available. So that would cause for some rework, and then it would cost increased product cost. And it may, during the course, it may impact the product quality. So the quality will decrease, and internally, finally the internal as well as external customer satisfaction will get impacted. So nobody wants to have these issues and challenges in their organization. So that's one of the key elements and drivers for going through the digital transformation in the product life cycle.
Can we know more about product lifecycle management in Indian context?
Yeah, so we are on to this very interesting slide now. On this slide you see a lot of graphical representation of various functions in an organization, which includes manufacturing, marketing, procurement, service, customers, suppliers. These are your stakeholders. So there's a lot of data transfer, the information exchange happens between the engineering, the engineer who works for a R&D or engineering function. So there's a lot of people dependent activity that organizations see. So people dependent, so basically manufacturing guy running towards the engineering person asking for a data. Marketing would come and ask the R&D or engineering guy to get the latest on the product leaflet and brochures. The procurement guy needs the kind of confirmation on what parts to be ordered, what release, what quantity, etc. Service guy would come and say what's the spare part, what's the ORU which needs to be supplied for this product, and so on and so forth. So this data is in form of emails, this is in form of physical records, documents, CAD drawings, ERP, it's data which goes into SAP or Oracle or whatever ERP that your organization may have. So this is what in Indian context every organization or most of the organization, I will say, they see this scenario. So this is what is kind of a UDO, undesired observations we call. And the Indian context, as most of you know, Indian industry is growing at a very, very high pace currently. There's a huge demand, there's on consumption side as well as on the capital goods side. So there's a large domestic demand, and as well as organizations are busy supporting the export requirements. And recently World Forum has validated India's growth story. India is going to grow 6.5 to 6.7% annually, which is going to be highest in the world. So that to support this kind of a growth in coming years, you definitely need some robust system in your organization. Why? The reasons are obvious, which I just explained. Every function or department generate huge data on a day-to-day basis. Lots of digital data, physical data, email, drawings, PDFs, etc. So this data needs to be organized in a proper way. Most companies struggle to manage this data. They spend hours to find the right document which could have been available at a click. However, there is a lot of productivity which is lost, and there are a lot of indirect maneuvers which are wasted. So what PLM does? The PLM Product Lifecycle Management tool manages the entire life cycle of the product information in all phases, starting from requirement, concept, design, manufacture, service, as well as until the disposal. There are strategies to dispose electronic items in a specific way to adhere to the environmental standards. So this type of data is also can be embedded into PLM. PLM basically integrates people, data, processes and business systems. So it integrates all into one tool, and it provides product information backbone for companies and their extended enterprise. So this is what is happening in India currently, and this is what it makes sense in Indian context to have or need of a PLM at early stage.
In your view, how PLM provides business benefits to key stakeholders in an organization?
PLM benefits to stakeholders, and when I say stakeholders, all stakeholders. It's not going to be a tool or software only for engineering or R&D or one particular function. It's going to be beneficial across all the functions of the organization. So I'm going to talk about single source of truth. I will explain you what it means. So at the sales and marketing stage, once the voice of customer is captured and feasibility studies are done, there is a bill of material which is generated, which is called as concept bomb. So we start from there. As we move forward in engineering, these are the people, most of you may be from engineering, you would go through the CAD drawings of that product, you will generate engineering bomb, and you will also support engineering change orders or ECNs and the prototype related activities. So basically product reliability, prediction, FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, maintainability, as well as handling the non-conformances, etc. So this is what is well supported by PLM in engineering side. Once the engineering bomb is final and production green signal is given for mass production, the manufacturing bomb is created, finalized, and as goes into your systems, it gets interfaced with ERP systems for doing your MRP and MPS planning. And then subsequently, once the product is manufactured and sent to customers at site, the product service team come into picture, and there is a service bomb which is also generated and which also resides in PLM. While doing all of this, on the bottom of the screen you will see there are various dashboards and the metrics that every department requires, and these are the metrics in terms of sourcing metrics or sales and marketing metrics, service dashboard, feedback analysis, which consists of customer complaints, field failures, corrective and preventive actions. So this whole data basically resides in PLM, and then this is available at a fraction of a second to all the stakeholders, starting from sales, marketing, engineering, manufacturing and services, touching upon quality, sourcing and service organizations also. So that's the key. It's not just for one particular function, it's beneficial across the entire organization, acting as a single source of a truth for this environment to manage the data, have the correct versions of the documents available right first time we call, and at the right moment. So it's avoiding all of the non-value added activities, time lost in searching the documents, and moving faster in each activity that a function is doing. Continuation on the benefits to stakeholders. I will not go through all the contents of this slide, but you can see the benefits are across all the functions which I just mentioned: design function, manufacturing engineering, actual production, quality, sourcing, marketing, product support and services. all these functions are integrated and they get benefits like centralized data storage or maintaining the intellectual property, enabling the data security, which is currently an important aspect in every organization. How do you securely maintain your data? Protocol to exercise access control among the divisions. So who should have read-only access or who should have full access? So those controls are enabled. Few of the other examples are sharing the relevant data across the divisions, integrated project planning and tracking for product development, and generating various out-of-the-box reports which can also be customized to suit your business needs. So that's the single repository or single source of truth for all the stakeholders through PLM. This slide I am going to talk about some tangible benefits. We just talked about theoretical things and the process related things so far, what's not working well, what can work well in your organization. But now on this slide you will see the actual tangible benefits that various organizations have received by deployment of PLM. So you can see improvement in design and process by 80%. Non-design time was reduced by 50%. Overall product development improvements are 30%. So on your right you will see E.Go. They just took 12 months to take the electric car prototype developed and built for 50 people. 40% R&D efficiency improvement for Boston Scientific Group. Kirloskars, they dropped their engineering changes by 73%. Reduction in part count by Weatherford by 12%, and another example is 60% reduction in corrective preventive action at HP Enterprise. So these are excellent tangible benefits that companies have already seen as a deployment of PLM.
What is the best way to plan the adoption of PLM for new greenfield users?
So this whole gamut of PLM which you saw, it's very overwhelming. It's going to be across all the functions, complete organization is coming into picture, but there is a methodology for implementation. So you see on this slide, scope is divided into 3 phases. Generally, phase 1 focuses on core PLM deployment at engineering process transformation level. So basically that's the first phase that we generally recommend. So that's first phase of scope. Second phase, you include the extend the deployment to core to the enterprises like NPD, manufacturing and quality. That's shown in the blue block, and the orange block, which is the further enhancement of the scope, which extends to the organizations like the functions like sales and aftermarket service. So as you increase the scope, the value gets increased. So that's the way the adoption takes place. Learn, prioritize and implement. Take a pause, complete the first phase deployment, learn from that, then go for the next phase, include additional functions, and then in the third phase include entire organization into this deployment. So just remember this green, blue and orange color codes. So green is fundamental, blue is phase 2 extended deployment, and orange is across all the functions. So the next slide shows the pictorial view of the benefits, like the organization functions are shown on left side if you see the leftmost column. So these are the functions in the organization, and on the right side you see product life cycle. So various stages of product life cycle, and this green, blue and orange bars would represent how the phase manner deployment can go, and you learn, prioritize and implement in each phase.
Can you share your thoughts on various life cycle stages in a product development and launch, and how to manage them effectively?
So in the beginning, earlier slide, I explained how the product life cycles are, right from voice of customer, market study, feasibility, prototype, production, taking to the market, post-launch, etc. So in each of this product life cycle, there are various processes which are shown on the bottom of the slide in the blue blocks. So basically all these processes, like if I take corrective, preventive, maintenance, management of process, change management, non-conformance handling management process. So these processes, they get included, they are benefited from PLM deployment. Additional processes that you see, if you go earlier, the concept and design management process, external supplier collaboration process, change management process related to that. So these all the processes that your organization has currently, they would get included into this product life cycle as through the PLM deployment.
Once the PLM is implemented, can it be integrated with other existing or new systems?
Most of the organization definitely would have some systems in place already deployed, and you are using those systems. For example, ERP, you might have SAP, or you might have Oracle, you might have Jira, you might have other systems like handling the corrective preventive actions, some offline quality management systems you might have. So there is a inbuilt package or interface available in PLM which can talk to these systems through an interface. So there is a seamless integration possible with PLM and your existing systems which your organization might be running already. If there are any customizations required, definitely those can be supported, and those can be deployed, and those can be brought into the overall integration aspect of the PLM.
How would you define the role of a trusted partner in deployment of PLM?
So why do you need a focused and trusted partner? So basically, to take an example of PTC PLM, that's what we are talking about today. So PTC focused partners are all empowered with all the skill and capability requirement in the whole end-to-end implementation, not just the sales talk and then hand over some product to you and then leave it to you. Or so basically, this trusted partner ensures that he has right skills and capabilities, is empowered by PTC to make your deployment successful. So basically, what PTC and a trusted partner wants to have is your success, the customer success and end user success. So that's ensured through the trusted partner. You also see a strong experience of handling customer business challenges. I'm talking about past experience. So you don't reinvent the wheel again. Whatever organizations I just explained you, Kirloskar and Weatherford and many other organizations who have deployed PTC PLM, learn from their deployment and use those experiences into your deployment. So basically, that is strong experience of handling previous business challenges from the existing deployments. And the trusted partner also provides on-site as well as remote support throughout the deployment and also post-deployment. So basically, there will be a person dedicated from the trusted partner at your premises. He or she would talk to your subject matter experts or super users. He would interact and take the ground reality data and then do the assessment. This is the first block on the right side you see. So the assessment is done along with the trusted partner and the customer's key resources to understand their processes, understand migration feasibility study. The maturity assessment is conducted in each function, where you are and what needs to be done, identify the gaps, and then design your deployment accordingly. Product evaluation is done, roadmap and strategy is then decided. So you may need 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. So that's all as an outcome of the assessment which a trusted partner provides. Then starts the implementation. If you see, I'm talking about the clockwise identification of these blocks. So you come to the next block, which is configuration and customization. So this is part of the implementation. So process mapping is done, then implementation starts. Server side customization is handled. Client side customizations are handled. So that's all done in the configuration and customization phase. Then comes for the integration with other systems like other CAD applications or ERP applications or any legacy systems that you may have. So that's the part of integration which is handled by the partner. The partner also provides you the training, which is an on-site training or a remote training. It could be a plain vanilla training, standard training. It could be a customized training and offshore training. So these all types of trainings are handled by the trusted partner, and there is a certification given to the people who attend this training after the assessment is done. And then ongoing maintenance and support, that's the key. Hand-holding continues till the customer's team gets full maturity, and then they are ready to handle their requirements on their own. But being said that, there is a continuous support and maintenance provided by trusted partner. And the migration, so once the new releases start coming with additional benefits and feature, partner again comes into the play, and then he helps the customers and end users to do data analysis and mapping, the data conversion, the loading of the data, and migrating your system to the latest release and version. I hope the overview of PLM might be useful to you, might have addressed most of your queries. But if not, we are here, me and my team would be happy to set up one-on-one sessions, separate sessions with you and your teams, and we can take this discussion forward in continuation with today's webinar. So with this, I would like to thank once again all of you, plus the entire team at our organization who supported in setting up this webinar. So thank you very much. Thanks all.